As the government looks again at fracking with a view to releasing gas beneath our feet, tonight we ask if we would be fossil fools to ignore the fossil fuels that are right here and not from Russia. Licences for getting oil and gas out of the ground already exist for most parts of East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. But even though our bills are higher than ever and rising, environmentalists say that we must leave nature's resources where they are or risk killing the planet. Our environment correspondent Paul Murphy is asking the big questions on how we stay warm and keep the lights on.
So this is an air source heat pump.
Richard says he's found the answer to the energy crisis. Use less of it. His home is efficiently heated and super insulated with cheap materials like recycled paper and wood. He's opposed to the idea of extracting more fossil fuels from the ground, especially using fracking to do it.
Fracking is a really extreme and dangerous technique for lots of reasons, but earthquakes, air pollution, water contamination and climate breakdown are only a few of those. And that doesn't change just because Russia has invaded Ukraine.
The government suspended fracking in the UK 2 years ago over concerns about earth tremors. The process of drilling and pumping water into rock to extract gas remains controversial. But ministers want geologists to look again at whether our scientific understanding of fracking has improved.
There is no way that we can do this without a large measure of community consent. That's always been a principle, and there's no way we can do it unless if it isn't safe.
Large sections of East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire are licensed for oil and gas exploration. There have been no applications to frack, but plenty of interest in conventional drilling. There are several planned sites, including West Newton near to Hull, Biscathorpe in the Lincolnshire Wolds, and Wrestle near to Scunthorpe. But there has also been community resistance to every application to drill and extract fossil fuels. Tomorrow, when the government sets out its future energy strategy, wind and nuclear power are expected to feature heavily. But because of the energy crisis, sourcing oil and gas domestically is also expected to get a mention, despite their potential impact on the climate.
Shale gas is really important for a multitude of reasons: energy security, jobs, levelling up, and on price, on what the impact on people's bills could be. The more we can produce here, the less that we have to buy on the international liquefied natural gas spot market.
So we've got some foam insulation on the outside here. It's simple, effective, we've been doing it for years, and we know it works.
Not everyone has the benefit of a highly insulated home. Many are at the mercy of rising fuel costs. And that's why the idea of exploiting domestic oil and gas is so tempting, despite the climate impact. Paul Murphy, BBC Look North.
Well, we asked people in the village of Anti-fracking in East Yorkshire if they would support fracking if it meant lower energy bills.
I used to support fracking, but when you hear the way it goes, you know, you don't know if it's the right thing or not.
I don't know what the big deal is about that. You know, I like the green countryside and that when I go out and stuff, but if it needs must, I think then it must be used.
Eventually we would have to go to green energy, but at this time where energy prices are soaring and a lot of people are probably finding it difficult, it would be good to use it in the short term.
The main thing is having a warm house rather than a freezing house, and that is, as far as when you get to our ages, that's all you bother about, really.
There's a problem with fracking. You're damaging the environment, so no, I wouldn't be in favour of that.
Yeah, the views in Anleby on fracking this afternoon. Well, an anti-fracking campaigner, Pippa Hockey, is with me now. What's your immediate reaction, Pippa, to the government reviewing the ban on fracking?
It's absolutely ridiculous. Most of our gas and oil is already exported. None of it's earmarked for domestic use. So it's not going to help with bringing our bills down or helping our energy supply.
Well, it is, though, isn't it? Because the gas is there. We can get it up. In the States, they've done it. The bills have come down. The air quality has gone up. We need that now.
No, like I said, most of it is exported into the international market, so it actually doesn't bring our bills down.
But we
at
don't
all.
have to do that. We keep it for ourselves. People are worried sick about energy bills at the moment.
But Peter, we don't keep it for ourselves. This is exactly the problem. So it's not like we are going to get this huge resource of gas, which A, they can't actually get out of the ground easily anyway, as proven by all the tremors and so on that they had in Blackpool. It will not bring our gas prices down.
If somebody said to you, it's safe now, we know it's safe, we're going to keep the gas for ourselves, it's going to bring energy bills down, then you would say, yes, Peter, bring it on, would you?
Absolutely not. If you'd read the IPCC report that just came out just a few days ago, you'd realise that we cannot keep producing fossil fuels. Basically, over thousands and thousands of scientists contributed to that report and said it won't work.
A poll out today says nearly half of voters want the ban on fracking lifted. Nearly half. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, because clearly they don't know the facts around this. Like I said, it won't bring our energy bills down. Instead, you're better off taxing companies like Shell rather than actually giving money, which our government gives money to Shell. So
we could talk about this. We could talk about this for a very long time. Pippa, very good to have you on the programme tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that poll, 44% of voters says that the ban on fracking should be lifted because people want cheaper energy bills. So should we use fuels like gas and oil that are right under our feet if it leads to lower bills? Here's how to get in touch. In favour of fracking if it means cheaper energy bills, or against fracking under any costs, and you agree with Pippa. The email address is there. Look